Yo, it's a brand new episode of Play Me Something, dude.
Play Me Something.
It's a brand new episode of the Premiere podcast, Play Me Something.
What up?
At play underscore me underscore something SMTHN. Check the Twitter, check the Instagram. Follow us on SoundCloud to just see more podcasts, more music. Don't play yourself. We're here to do Paramore.
Yeah.
Their new album, actually. Their newest album, Paramore After Laughter. I'm not...
After laughter comes what?
Sadness? I don't...
Apparently.
Like, I'm not that up on Paramore. Like, I only listen to...
I don't actually know if that's a phrase
Riot?
or not, though.
After laughter?
After laughter comes pain or something like that, or tears. I don't know if
that's not a phrase.
I
That's
think
not a
you're
phrase.
making
I've never heard.
things
I've never heard that before in my life.
I just feel like it's a phrase, after laughter or something.
Nah, bullshit.
You know what I'm saying?
Bullshit, that's a
I feel
phrase.
like I've heard it somewhere.
Why don't we spend the whole podcast trying to figure it out?
Yeah, we're going to spend the whole podcast.
If they had a title track on it, it'd be a whole lot easier.
Let's switch that. Yeah.
But they don't, because they're, Paramore.
The single came out, Hard Times, and it came out with the video, and I thought the single and video was real good, right? You guys
I did too.
I thought the single and the video were really, really good.
I watched the video once.
I watched the video once too. No,
Same.
twice.
That was straight.
I thought it was cool. Obviously, they're doing like a real 80s or even like early 90s shit.
Yeah.
I'll get into
That's
that.
the vibe I got.
But Frankie, before we get into this, tell me what Paramore like actually means to you. Like, what the fuck is Paramore to you? We just need some context.
I don't know. I've been a fan since Misery Business. My sister put me on a long time ago. She's been a fan since the beginning, since the Big Red Couch.
Facts. Frankie's sister also put me on Paramore.
Yes. Shout out to my sister. But
shout out.
And that's when I really got into them. And for me, Haley's voice and her lyrics were always the highlight.
Ah, yes. Hayley Williams has an incredible goddamn voice, man. She just since always she's had an incredible voice.
Yeah.
But,
damn straight.
Yeah. But you followed the career a little bit?
I followed them. I've been a fan of them for a while, and I've been through everything that they've been through.
Okay. Ups and downs, or mostly ups?
It's pretty much everything, and with each album they've had ups and downs. Like, they've lost members and it's affected their friendships, and they wrote about it, they sang about it, and that's pretty much like we follow Paramore through all that bullshit that they go through.
Oh, fuck yeah. That makes me want to go back and listen to albums, because again, I only listen to like Riot, really.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh yeah, Quan.
Damn.
Quan,
G.
what's Paramore for you? What is that? What is it for you? What does it mean to you? When you think of Paramore, you just like, oh, Hayley Williams, she has like reddish hair or something.
When I think of Paramore, I only think of Hayley's red hair.
Only
forever changing hair color, and
word
from the red to the orange and
word. They don't really need to play instruments then, right?
Yeah,
Chris, Paramore?
Right, shut up. No, obviously, I love Paramore song. I love Paramore a lot. I haven't listened to them in a while.
Yeah.
But I've heard every album.
Yeah, they're one of those bands that
demo
we heard about, like, that we all probably we heard about well before we were really into our teens, probably.
I was definitely.
You were in teens? Oh no, you guys are a little older. Yeah, you guys are older.
Our teens.
I heard about them probably like 13. You guys might have been like 16, 15?
Yeah.
15, 16?
Yeah, 15.
Yeah. So either way, this is a band we heard about like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they've been out for
10 years.
over 10 years.
And a lot of bands have fallen by the wayside, kind of disappeared on us. But like
Yeah.
Paramore, they still get some play on the radio. They still have a very strong fan base. That scares the fuck out of me. Chris.
Yes.
Paramore, any experience with Paramore?
It's just like you, man. Riot. That's it.
Same.
Riot and a whole bunch of singles on the radio. You know.
I feel you. I fucking feel you.
Yeah.
But you from a distance, how have you felt about them? Because I've like low key respected what they've always done. Because like I hear a random song "Still Into You," and I think, wow, that's a genuinely quality song, and her voice is fucking awesome. And I'm not watching Paramore like that, but it's dope that some people I'm not paying attention to can have a great song.
I'm glad you feel that way, but because that's not the song that you could. To me,
I love that song.
That's not the song to get that opinion from. But I'm glad that
I like that. I love that song. I love that song.
I think
it's a great song.
Listen.
It's just like if you heard their entire catalog, you would know why that's not one of my favorites.
Okay.
Sounds kind of weak.
I love that song. I love that song. I love that song.
Listen, we like that song too.
That song. No. But here's the thing.
They've been doing their thing, man. They've been consistent throughout the years. You know, they've always got radio jams.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of stuff I may not have ever heard when this dude Frankie used to DJ for us.
Word, it worked.
Yeah, it works. So
Back when things were simple.
right.
They're in a genre that I don't have a crazy amount of context for. So it's just like jumping into this album. It's like, oh shit. But it starts with the single, guys. I kind of, even though I think they did everything they were supposed to do with the single, I'm always tempted to skip it when I start the album.
For me, I feel like it probably shouldn't have been the first single because it's a great album opener.
Yeah. Yes. But I don't think it holds up that long. That's probably why it's a good album opener, but not necessarily the single. But it does make
the
it
way
makes
they play singles out, man.
I think.
I mean, on the radio.
I think it was a smart move by them.
I mean, it tells you what the whole album they're gonna do. Hey, it's gonna be fun, 80s shit.
Especially with the video too, they kind of just get you into the groove of how you're gonna, I guess, the instrumentation feel of the album, really. You know.
But now,
because now, I mean, what are you gonna say?
I was gonna say that as someone with very little experience in Paramore, very little experience in whatever fucking genre they're in. Really liked the album. But I didn't think they did anything as far as like texture or tones that's crazy out of their like range. I didn't think they.
I will tell you right now from listening to the album, I can
imagine a fan be disappointed, but not like angry.
I probably heard the last 4 songs about 10 times, and I've heard like the whole album 4. 4. All right, so I've never heard Haley sing like this. The way she's singing on the album.
Yeah, she does different stuff.
She does. Every song is like vocally. Every song is different.
She's
for
fucking
her.
Great.
The instrumentation is very colorful.
Yeah.
And it's funny, but it's very colorful, very vibrant, because it's like it like treads in lines. To me, it treads in lines of like I want to say early '80s pop and rock, stylistically, but the whole it's kind of like a how you see like a facade. Because the instrumentation is really colorful, but the lyrics are really like sad.
Yes, right.
Yeah. You know,
that's probably like one of the biggest themes about the album.
Yeah.
I mean, they've always had songs where it's like whether the production is like crazy in your face or toned down, like the lyrics are still pretty deep. Like even back to Ain't It Fun, like that's a jam, but the lyrics are really sarcastic.
Exactly.
And I don't know if you guys knew about it, but she's actually singing to herself in that song.
Yeah.
I used to always sing it like, talking to somebody because that's usually what you do with songs. But I found out later on that those words were actually like her speaking to herself.
Damn.
Or whatever. But, that was back in self-titled days. We're back to After Laughter.
Yeah, like, because I mean, Hard Times it's an upbeat song. Well, a lot of the album is upbeat, not all of it. It gets weird at the end, which I really like, but a lot of it's really upbeat, and Hard Times is a song I guess that's supposed to be about hard times, but it sounds like that fucking Devo shit.
Yeah.
Hard times. Anyway,
but that's what I mean. Like the style of it is old school.
Yeah. But yo, Frankie, as like a fan, positive, negative, mixed overall.
When I first heard Hard Times, I was excited for the album.
Yeah.
And then I heard the second single, which is Told You So.
And
I was very, very scared because I wasn't ready for Paramore to give us that kind of transition. At least maybe just because they've given us 4 albums of I don't want to say straight up rock because they've never been strictly just rock. Like their first album, but as they went forward with like Riot and Brand New Eyes and self-titled, like they started going into different directions, but they still had the Paramore sound as far as the lyrics and and vocals and stuff. This time around, I feel like the vocals took a back seat and they were more focused on lyrics and production, which isn't a bad thing at all. And I have to hold Paramore to the same standard I do, any other artist that wants to switch it up, whether it be Childish Gambino, Tegan and Sarah, Kanye West, anybody that wants to give us something new on an album and, just kind of leave the stuff that they did in the past. Like, I have to hold them to that standard. So I shouldn't have expected another self-titled or another Brand New Eyes. I should have just been open-minded because if they hadn't given us that stuff, if this was the first Paramore album I would have listened to, I would still feel like this is a good album, this is a solid album.
Okay, that's good.
I have my critiques, about every, song or whatever, about certain things that I feel like maybe were necessary, weren't. But overall, after listening to it a couple times, it's more positive now.
Okay, now do you like you would consider it a good addition to their catalog?
musically yes, because I feel like people, if you're a fan of Paramore, then you have to be a fan of their songs that step out into different genres, whether it be like, Still Into You, Ain't It Fun, or even the harder stuff like Let the Flames Begin and Part 2. Those are two different kind of sounds, but I feel like if you're a Paramore fan, then you'll enjoy this just as much as you enjoy, their other stuff.
Fantastic. Yeah, now, I really liked I Told You So.
I love it.
I liked I Told You So a lot.
I feel like it sounds like a Chromeo song.
A Chromeo? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
Chromeo's
you guys know who Chromeo is.
No.
Bonafide loving.
Oh shit. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
I feel like the production is very Chromeo, and I'm waiting for them to do a remix of that song.
That's a good contrast. I mean, not contrast. That's a good comparison.
Yeah.
But like now, as a whole for the album, I just feel like no matter what, like if many different people had tried to attempt this kind of sound or style, I would not necessarily appreciate it because I don't listen to this kind of shit. Obviously, I don't. Not like Paramore, but rather anything 80s really. I just don't have really a lot of context for that style or a lot of familiarity with it. But I think even if I didn't, her hit their songwriting and her vocal performances and even how she's mixed and produced sometimes would carry you through it. I think just because I think over multiple listens, her the lyrics become more worthwhile, and I think that what Paramore have managed to do is continue to try something else, but continue to work at a high enough level that I don't feel them getting lazy with bass lines or riffs or even the drums. Because they're not phoning it in. Someone like me can be like can step into it, appreciate the instrumentation, and then over time start to appreciate the lyrics and songwriting too. Chris,
that's a good sum up.
Wait, so how do you feel about it? Positive?
Positive. Yeah. Definitely positive. I think I'm frequently looking for a lot of feel good shit like this, but I have no idea what to put on. Everything I listen to is like, bitch, suck my dick, and I feel like Miley. I'm like, that's just not me. That's just not me anymore, guys. Like that's just not me. I'm not really about that type of thing. I like that song, Humble. But this kind of really colorful, somewhat poppy type shit is good for me. It feels good, and I enjoy it, and I don't feel like I have to ignore the instrumentation or simply focus on the vocals. You feel me?
Okay.
Chris, you listen to a lot of goddamn rock, a lot of effing metal, a lot of metal.
I want to make this point.
Yeah. So how do you feel about her screaming? You feel it was subpar? You feel all their pig squeals are very subpar?
She got to go deeper, man.
Yeah, right.
Got to go deeper. No, I'm playing, but I felt I had this thought when I heard No Friend for the first time. No Friend should be like an interlude on a fucking hardcore album, dude.
Really?
Yeah. I swear to God, it should, dude.
I felt the same way.
It really should, dude. The way it sounds, I'm like, yo, this should be a nice chill break in between some like spastic, insane like hardcore album.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I remember No Friend.
All right,
now how does No Friend sound?
No Friend is it's right after
I think Idol Worship.
It's what happens is
second
that
to last song.
Because I like I said, I listened to the last 4 songs a lot because I think that's the best transitions on the album. And No Friend is really like an outro.
I kind of wish that was the end.
It's really but it's like an outro to Idol Worship because the transition, like as soon as he's just like the strings match Idol Worship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the end of the song. It's a weird transition. Like you almost don't know that it went into the next song.
You don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking. I wasn't. So that's why I didn't know.
The dude you're talking about, he's actually, I guess his name's Aaron Weiss or something like that. He's actually part of a band called Me Without You.
What guy? Who's this?
The one who's doing the vocals on No Friend.
Okay.
He's like that talking throughout the thing, and I thought it was cool how he was referencing old tracks. And the song, like he talks about.
Yeah, I was just looking.
Talks about Misguided Ghosts, and I was like, damn, the whole album's kind of like Misguided Ghosts, just like if they spread it out into different forms.
Damn, y'all be kind of researching. Y'all be kind of researching.
Misguided Ghosts. He mentions what else does he mention? Fuck, I don't remember. But that one was dope.
That's context, kids.
Yeah,
that's context.
Go ahead, Chris.
Quan with the context.
Oh, well, I don't know. I guess I had this thought. I have a different perspective on the whole album. Don't get me wrong. I didn't dislike it or anything, but I'm going to make a weird analogy that, maybe some of you video game heads can understand. I looked at this album the way I look at, like, Lara Croft Go, okay? So, Lara Croft Go is like a boiled down mobile version of Lara Croft, and I've never played any of the Lara Croft games, so that's like if somebody gave me that game to play. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's some cool little nuggets in the game, I'm sure there's some nice Easter eggs in there, and I feel that way about the Paramore album. I haven't heard any of Paramore's album, and basically except for Riot, and then you give me this album, and don't get me wrong, I like the instrumentations,
but it feels like feels like the mobile version.
It just feels like the mobile version of like a full-fledged like Paramore experience. And I'm just like,
what normally fans would get from this, you obviously wouldn't get because you don't have that kind of further context.
Exactly, like someone who would have followed the whole Tomb Raider series would enjoy.
Yes, if you're more familiar with the ups and downs of Paramore, even if there aren't ups and downs, even if you're just more familiar with Paramore as a band and their arc, there's probably more for you in this album.
So that's how I felt about the whole album, and honestly, I gotta be completely honest, I probably wouldn't have listened to this more than once if it weren't for this podcast. I'm sorry.
I would definitely listen to it once. I don't know if I would remember to listen to it again, though. I forget a lot of shit.
Yeah, so there's a lot out there right now. A lot of things dropping right now.
Alright. So for me, positive?
Positive though?
Mixed.
Mixed?
I'm gonna say mixed, because there's quite a bit of songs I like on there. I mean, I feel like like after the first 4 tracks, I pass out until Caught in the Middle comes back on.
How'd you guys feel about Fake Happy? Because
Fake Happy is one of my favorites.
Fake Happy is probably the only song that I feel like would be on another Paramore album, at least from a previous one.
It has like a Paramore sound.
It's obviously upbeat. It's doing the upbeat, sad lyric type shit. And obviously it's about being fake happy. I love the way it starts so much lower and her voice is mixed differently.
Like, kind of like in a depressing mood.
Yes, and then it makes that switch. But I don't know if I'm that into lyrics on Fake Happy, and I don't know if I'm that into just another upbeat, dancey type beat on that one.
Smiling face.
But I like it. I'm more love the beginning, like the rest of the song.
Okay. At first, because when I first heard the beginning of Fake Happy, I was like, yo, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And then it kind of jumps off into that, the sound again, and I was like, actually, I like this song a lot. I like it. Kind of feels like a jingle, almost, but...
like a jingle?
I mess with it.
That's fine. Any closing comments?
I was gonna say, I think we should probably end it on on a positive note.
The most positive note we could for Paramore.
Hold on.
Haley is still gorgeous. Her voice is still incredible.
Hold on. How are we just gonna skip me though?
Why?
We can
skip you.
Skip you with what?
Positive, negative mix, Quan.
Alright, first of all,
I
gave one. No, I listened to it the first time, and I knew I wasn't ready to listen to it yet, so I didn't for a while. Before the podcast, I heard the album a lot.
Okay.
Actually,
you
very, very positive. I love the album.
Really?
More than I ever thought.
I didn't know you listened to that much.
I was very into Paramore and their sound.
And pop bitches and pop shit.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, but like you said, people have moments. So I look at this as a moment. I don't look at it as just another Paramore album, or you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I didn't want to experience like that.
Yeah.
So me going through it, and I do because I understand a little bit about 80s pop and 80s rock.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of vibe with it more, and Fake Happy was one of the songs that actually made me realize kind of why the whole album sounds the way it does. Because it's almost like constantly masking your feelings.
Yes.
And pretending to be happy and not saying what you want to say really. But I
would say they did it well though. I'd say they did that well.
I need a fucking remix to Tell Me How. That last song?
Tell Me How.
I need a Drake remix, or Drake needs to do background vocals and the outro.
We'll find out.
Because what I don't really feel like when I listen to Haley do the outro, I'm like, It doesn't really sound too great.
Okay.
Kind of me. I'm like, yo,
Drake, Haley, if you're listening,
Drake did the outro.
Quan thinks Drake could do a better job.
I mean, no, not. I don't think. I know for sure.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna get Aubrey Graham on the line.
Even if she like her voice, I don't feel it was right for the outro part of it.
Oh, really?
And I was like, yo, if Drake was on it, it would sound great. But like, even if he just did background vocals and shit like that.
It's a weird thought, but it's one I would have.
You should have got Kendrick up there.
Yo, shut the fuck up.
Stop it. Stop it right now.
I love what she like how they play with her voice a little bit. Like in Call in the Middle, she says this line about it's like something in the forest or something, but like she echoes her own line. And then there's other parts where like she has little ad libs that are just great in the post chorus or whatever.
Yeah, I think overall she gets creative with the vocals.
It's very dope.
But I like I said before, I don't think anything texture tone wise was crazy outside of their range. So while I would say that it's definitely positive. Definitely positive for me. I would also say that I almost wish they got weirder with it, like just weirder with it.
Get a little experimental.
Yeah, weirder.
Yeah, where are those
weirder,
fucking pig
angrier.
squeals that you rap?
Yeah, exactly.
What the fuck are those?
But overall, still very positive to me. Obviously, Quan's in love with it. Chris, we know it's like Lara Croft go. Frankie, positive, but mixed it first, right?
And mixed that first because I only gravitated towards maybe like 4 songs in the very beginning, but then listening to it for what it is, I appreciate it as a whole.
You want to talk about your favorite song?
I was gonna say we could end it on like songs that it could be our standouts or like our favorites. Like my favorite is Rose Colored Boy.
I love
simply because
the
the lyrics are like the exact opposite of the production.
Yeah,
like it's literally just about somebody that wants to be in their feelings, like they don't see any kind of they don't see the side of like optimism anymore, so they just and they have that friend that's telling them like you know like you should probably like open your eyes or you know come over here, see things for what they are, you know, on the bright side, and they're like nope you haven't seen the inside of my mind, kid.
I like
so much
I really
about
like Rose Colored Boy.
like being naive and stuff. Shut up. Yeah.
Chris, favorite
song, I think my favorite song would be Tell Me How, because by the end of this album I feel like I have to apologize for all my opinions on this.
Nah,
don't
apologize.
Paramore fans.
Nah,
but
I just showed up.
By the end of this I was just so tired of the same sounds, and I know Quan, you said that Haley does a lot of different things, but to me I just felt like I was going in and out. My focus was going in and out. So by the time Tell Me How goes on, my mind was focused the whole time, because it sounds so different from like the rest of the album, because it starts with just the piano and then they slowly start to bring in the little 80s, early 90s pop elements. They slowly, you know, the piano will come in, then they'll have one little element come in, and it's a slow progression. And I like progressive metal, so tying that little knot together.
It never goes like up tempo though, you know what I'm saying? Like it kind of stays steady the whole time.
Yeah.
That's why it sounds like a Drake song to me.
I think the reason why it sounds like a Drake song is simply because of
the way
the melody and the flow that she's doing. Like there's a part where I don't know what the lyrics.
The first couple lines.
Yeah, but there's one line I don't know exactly what it is, but she says something about like your defenses, and I feel like that's the way she says that is very Drake's, very Drake-ish.
Yeah.
I gotta go back to that song. I just don't.
It's very.
I just obviously the second half. I wasn't looking at my phone, so I don't know which song is which. But I really like Told You So. I really like Rose Colored Boy.
Told You So.
First part of Fake Happy. I think if I went back, it's probably No Friend is the one I'm thinking of. The one that gets really weird and drawn out, and there's a lot of different voices going on.
Yeah.
That's probably No Friend I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Fuck with that heavy. I'll fuck with the weirdness. Like, get even weirder. Get really fucking weird for the next one.
I saw a bear in the river, and I thought it was a coat, so I tried to jump in after it. And the dude, my friend was like, "You gotta let it go." And I let the coat go, but it didn't let me go. And I was like, because it was a bear. Like, I was dying. I was like, that's a great metaphor, though.
But I think still overall, it still seems like pretty positive feelings overall. Even if Chris is somewhat mixed, it's still pretty positive feelings overall. I look forward to them releasing the Death Grips album next. I think that's gonna be lit. That's gonna be real sexy. It's gonna be so fucking sexy. We're gonna do like 3 episodes on that. But thank you so much for listening.
Thank you.
This continues to be Play Me Something. Baby Mike couldn't make it here. Baby Mikey Detail couldn't make it. He'll be in the next one. His bum ass will be in the next one. Thank you so much for listening. @play_me_something SNTHN, as always, and as always, you can catch Frankie on his podcast. It goes up Monday or Tuesday?
Tuesdays.
Every Tuesday. What about your friends? What about your friends? Talking about just, dude, life shit, man. Relationships. Politics, man. Life. News. Culture. What are you doing?
More life.
More life. He's providing more. No. I was not. Anyway, thank you so much.
Yo, let me workshop this slogan real quick, yo. Don't play yourself. Let us play you something. And play me something.
All right. Should I test the room? Should I see how they responded to that?
Yeah.
Terribly. No. You know what? Who knows? Maybe that might be in a t-shirt in a week. Who the fuck knows? Thank you so much for listening, yo. Later.